So this whole channel is about my journey with muscular dystrophy, and I thought a good way to sort of show that was to do sort of a monthly update on how I'm going, what's changed, what stayed the same, just as much for me so I can look back and really track how I'm going, and also for you guys to, I don't know, see what I'm up to, see what I'm doing, and see if I'm getting any better or worse or whatever. So that might be interesting. We will find out. So if you've never seen my head before, super quick backstory. My name's Kalvin, I'm 24, I'm from Australia, and I have muscular dystrophy, so FSHD more specifically, and I was diagnosed with that about 10 years ago when I was 14. So that should be enough to get you going, but let's get into the video. So there are some general areas I want to talk about each month, just so it's consistent, so you can tell how I'm going month to month. So those are some general things I've noticed recently. They could be the main things that have changed or not. Mobility, strength, my mental health, how I'm going, up here. Some new things I'm trying to do to make a change over the next month, and also my goals for the next month or the foreseeable future. By having these sort of set areas each month, it should be easier to track my progress that way. We will see. So some general things I've noticed this month are my right hand. Oh, this will be flipped, but this is my right hand. I've noticed a bit of loss of strength in this hand, especially with my pinky and my ring finger. Just like gripping stuff is harder, which is kind of annoying because I am right-handed. Left hand's doing pretty well. It's still hanging in there. But yeah, right hand, which is kind of annoying with, wheelchair tennis and picking up stuff and that kind of thing. It's not at a stage yet where it's an issue, like for safety or anything, but it's just I've noticed it's gotten a little bit worse, but that happens, so that's all good. I've also had a couple of falls recently. I fell on a cross trainer at the gym. Like my legs just buckled, which was cool. And then that was sore for about a couple of weeks. And then I fell just walking into my room randomly. Knees just gave way and I landed on my knees and then kind of strained my groin or something. Anyway, that wasn't awesome, but I haven't noticed I've fallen much recently apart from those two. So that was a little bit of a wake-up call that, I might need a bit of a mobility aid sometime soon, because it is a little bit confronting for me to kind of accept that I need that help. But also the consequence of not using the aid takes me out of playing tennis and doing stuff I want to do anyway. So it's kind of like a trade-off, but one I'm willing to make. So that could be on the cards for the next month even, just trying it out, like a little stick or a crutch or something like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. In terms of my mobility, walking is probably slower than it has been in the past, obviously. But I don't think it's exceptionally bad. I'm more careful when I walk now because I know, because I have quite weak legs, I have to be really careful about how I walk, because if I walk wrong, then I just fall. So that's something that I've been noticing. But mobility-wise, I'm not feeling horrible. I get around okay. I still don't like stairs. That hasn't changed. Stairs are still pretty tough to get up. Using the rail is sort of becoming my new go-to because, yeah, it can be a little bit unstable without it. Or sometimes if there's a lift, I'll just do that because it's easier and it just, saves me some energy. So that's cool. In terms of strength, I'm feeling pretty good. I've started doing some shoulder resistance band work with my physio, and I've only been doing that for like a week or something, but I already feel pretty solid up there now, which I'm hoping will carry over to my tennis. In terms of general strength, I haven't done a heap of extra work at the gym, which I think is noticeable when I go back to the gym. I can be pretty sore or just not as strong as I used to be, but that'll come back a bit with some time. I've got a physio appointment next week, which I'll do some baseline testing stuff so I can get some actual numbers to my strength. So that'll be really good to track over time, because at the moment it's sort of just, I'm sort of tracking things on how I feel, and that's all well and good, but it's not very accurate. So once I get those numbers, then I can easily sort of show how I'm going month to month, which is really exciting. I'm keen to show you guys that, and I'm keen to see how it goes myself. In terms of how I'm doing mentally, I don't think I'm feeling too bad. I've had a few off days recently. Thing that I've noticed is that recently, even talking about it before, being accepting of like using a mobility aid or having some help with managing the condition is something that I've always been pretty against. I'm just very stubborn, and I want to be able to feel like I can do everything myself, which I obviously can't. So that's been something that I'm kind of proud of, that I've been able to sort of accept that a little bit more recently. And I think that's in large part due to meeting people who are going through similar things. So I had a fishing day with Muscular Dystrophy Australia again, and that was really great. The whole team got down from MDA, and we had a really fun day out, got some lunch, and just talking to people there. Shout out to Paula, who's a very nice lady. And she was saying that if using a mobility aid can help you do things you want to do, then go for it. There's no point not. I don't know if that made any sense, but she put it really well. And yeah, just that conversation really helped me sort of flick the switch in my brain that, you know, I won't be able to move as well as most people, I guess. But that doesn't mean I can't do things that I want to do. But yeah, I think that's something that I've been thinking about recently. Now I'm going to talk about some things that I'm trying out this month. So the first being all those physio exercises I mentioned earlier. So it's a lot of rotator cuff, like, you know, those classic kind of things. Rows, just general like shoulder health stuff with bands, just to stabilize that shoulder a little bit. Also a little bit of leg work, because I tend to neglect that, because it's not like I've given up on my legs, but I definitely give them less attention than they probably deserve. So that's something that I've been trying to incorporate daily, just a bit of that. I'm also trying to walk a little bit once a day. I feel like that would help me in a lot of different areas, just general life stuff, as well as tennis and whatever else I'm doing. Never hurts to be fitter. So yeah, I think those are the main two things I'm trying for this month: the shoulder exercises and walking once a day at least. So I'm excited to see if that has any positive effect by next month when I make this video again. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll see how it goes. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the improvements I want to make over the next month, or just my goals for the next month really. And one of them is to try out a mobility aid. So I'm not sure, I'll have to do some more research, but I'm not sure whether that's like a little stick or a crutch or whatever else is out there. Just to, you know, dip my toe in and see how I fare with that. I think I'll try not to make it a big deal, but I'm sure I'll feel pretty awkward doing it for the first time, or using it for the first time. So yeah, I'll probably make a video about that, honestly. But yeah, I want to try that this month. I also want to stretch more, because I find that I can get tight or feel tight the next day, especially after I do exercise. So, I mean, I know you're supposed to stretch after exercise. I just usually just hop in the car and drive home. So that's a habit I'd like to build, is stretching. And the main one probably is get a job. I've been just bleeding through all my savings since I stopped at my last job. So yeah, I've been applying to a bunch of places and trying to get something happening, just to get a little bit of money. Because yeah, at the moment I'm just eating into everything I worked hard for in my previous job. But yeah, so hopefully this time next month, job, consistent stretching, and using an aid, or have tried out a little mobility aid at least. So yeah, so those are the areas that I want to cover each month. That may change if there are some better ways to sort of structure this video. But I thought if I keep it sort of consistent each month, then it's easier to track my progress. And I'm very keen to see how it goes. I'm keen to see if the things that I do make a difference. I also feel that by saying them on camera, I'm kind of obliged to follow through on that now, because I've said I'm going to do it, so you can hold me accountable if you want. But yeah, if this sort of ongoing series, I guess, or this sort of ongoing video interests you, please let me know. Drop a like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next week. Alrighty, thanks, bye.